So during our session 0.5, blue team went and got a ride into Lunsk where there's a grumpy old woman and a caravan that you guys caught a ride with. There was some good natured joking, and overall Mareid was able to heal a man that had an injured leg, but you eventually got attacked by a werewolf in the night. You fended it off.
You both got infected.
Both definitely didn't get infected with lycanthropy,
It
but you
purged them.
ended up fending it off, only to have the witch hunters that were um, chasing it,
The good guys rolled in.
politely interrogate you guys to see whether or not anyone had gotten bitten, and ended up shooting the man that Mareid was trying to heal in the head for suspected lycanthropy.
So why did
Were you
they kill
guys
him and not like Lucian? I mean,
because
they both.
Lucian healed himself,
Uh,
and so
It's
he
an
had
open
bruises on
wound.
his arm where he got bitten, but it never broke the
oh.
skin. Because so he healed himself enough to close the wound.
Mm-hmm.
And so the wound just turned into bruises. Um
That man was
but
actively bleeding.
You eventually got a quest to go to this place called the penumbral vestibule to get a crown, an old lich's phylactery. But the scholar was really just wanting proof that this old civilization existed, and you guys agreed to do it for a pretty steep price. And so after, gearing up in Lunsk, you set off and ended up traveling through a place called Farron's Rest. But this little town held no real interest to you, so you kept going. Only for a, uh, an ex cultist and her hireling to uh, to come and pay a visit to the town a few days later. And they really got up to no good. Eribus and Natasha, you guys kind of come into town, do a little sleuthing, trying to figure out um, what's going on with the tax situation here, because Natasha had been sent here to try to straighten out these fluctuating taxes that weren't really getting paid to her vampire overlord. Um, Within 10 minutes in being in town, you guys set the inn on fire, unleash swarms of rats, and generally cause mass panic and mayhem, killing, about eight people in town.
It was 9, Henry.
Um, it was
All I did
nine.
was take a
Sorry.
bath.
Yeah. And so in the chaos, you guys kind of get separated, and the owlman goes off and continues the murder and shoots a poor woman as she's laying in her bed clutching a knife in fear of all the chaos going on outside, only to get caught by the guards in the process. You escape to try to set up an ambush later on, but ultimately you're unsuccessful and almost die in the process. While Natasha heads off and leaves town, assuming you're dead, she's confronted by this mysterious stranger who seems to know more about her than she'd rightly like him to know. But he gives her a quest in exchange for this
Opportunity.
circlet, for, yeah, in exchange for this circlet, the same circlet that Mareid and Lucian are looking for, she can get information on the first vampire. Information that her mistress would obviously be very interested in. So, Eribus, you waken as the diffuse light of morning begins to warm your feathers, the earth blood-soaked beneath you.
Spit on your face.
The last night is a blur. You're unsure exactly what happened, but you do remember one thing. You remember seeing Natasha in the group that almost killed you last night. You bandage up your wounds all as best as you can before heading off into the moorlands to avoid running into anyone who might be a little disgruntled to find you're not quite as dead as they might have thought. Over the next few days, you slowly heal as you make your way carefully across the moorlands. You're not really fit for a fight, so you end up hiding from the beasts of the land until you can eventually make your way to the main road leading towards Crow's Bend. Seeing a young man and woman approaching, you see an opportunity. The young man's eyes are alert, scanning the road, while the woman is tottering along with a cane, playing with an odd fuzzy beetle in her offhand. Realizing in your current state, could use a stout young man to ward off the beasts of the land, as well as maybe an opportunity to pinch some much needed supplies once you're mended again. So you quickly cough, warming up the old hooter, and don the facade of an affable old man. You introduce yourself, lamenting the recent banditry that has left you broken and penniless, while noticing the young woman's seeming interest in etymology, seeing a kind heart and a potential mark. You introduce yourself, or you introduce her to your walking stick, a stick bug named Ferdinand that feeds off the mites in your left pocket. Before long, you've ingratiated yourself and you begin traveling with these youngsters. Meanwhile, Natasha, you passed these same youngsters a few days back on your way to Crow's Bend. With little choice given your recent failings in Farron's Rest, you head on towards the penumbral vestibule, in the hopes of finding something for your mistress that might more than redeem your little misstep. But first, you need some cannon fodder. Someone to take the risks in this upcoming venture. So you head towards Crow's Bend and gather some hirelings, little more than local thugs willing to risk their lives for a bit of coin and the promise of much, much more. But they do not turn out to be as useful as you had hoped. As you approach the vestibule, you're ambushed by a beast of the mire. You're eventually able to smite it, but not before two of your hirelings are dead, and the other is quickly bleeding out before you. As you go about trying to save the idiot, lest you lose even more money and time, an arrow flies out of the dark, striking you in the leg. Lucian, Mareid, In your travels, you've grown attached to the antics of this affable old man before offering him a solution to his apparent poverty. You explain that you're headed into a potentially dangerous situation, one in which you could use an extra set of hands and a watchful pair of eyes. So if he's willing to help out, you're willing to give him 200 gold upon completion. With that, the old man's eyes light up with greed and avarice. He gladly agrees to join. As you make your way through the mire, you hear commotion up ahead. You come upon a clearing where, with obvious signs of battle, a beast of the mire lies dead in the muck, a man dead in its maw, and another lies disemboweled nearby. At the far end of the clearing, a woman kneels over a dying man, attempting to tend to his wounds. That is, until the old man flies into a rage, drawing his bow. You attempt to stop him, but not before he gets off an arrow. You quickly drag him down, subduing the old man, preventing him from attacking the poor wounded woman further. I'll kill you for what you did! Screams Eribus. Natasha, you find yourself in quite the pickle. Wounded and facing 3 potential opponents. You have to think quickly. Seeing the hesitance in the young man and woman, you explain that yes, you and this owlman, Eribus, entered a town some days back. And there was this terrible fire in the inn, that in the chaos you got separated. The town went after the arsonist, and that you naturally agreed to help them try to find the culprit. But it wasn't until later that you realized who it was you were chasing. That when they found Eribus outside the village, you tried to convince them, this is the wrong man. They were simply attacking the first outsider they found. But before you could talk sense into them, they had already filled Eribus full of arrows, killing him on the spot. But there was nothing you could do about it. Eribus, that night is murky and difficult to remember, but as she tells the story, some of it starts to come back into focus. Whether through actual remembrance or through the natural habit of minds to fabricate details, fill in uncertain gaps. You don't quite know, but you do remember one thing. That while Natasha was there with the hunting group that night, she never did attack you. As tempers begin to cool, you quickly realize that you're all here for the same thing. The penumbral vestibule. Natasha explains that she's here to collect some information regarding the origins of vampirism, while Lucian and Mareid are here to collect an old broken artifact, a lost civilization. With the dangers of the mire and the unknown of the vestibule all too evident, Natasha, you propose that we should all work together, at least until we're once again out of danger. you find yourselves sweaty and covered in muck after enduring weeks of grueling travel. The sky above you looms black, lit only with the glow of the moon. Common sight of the Estolian Empire, where the sun has vanished forever from the sky. 2 weeks ago, some of you accepted a quest from an old scholar, backwater town of Lunsk, while others received a similar quest from a mysterious stranger. Cover a tarnished old circlet from a mausoleum somewhere in the eastern woods of the Empire. All around you stand skeletal, petrified trees. Through the gaps in the branches, you see your destination. Pushing forward, you find a small clearing. Before you towers the Gothic facade of the penumbral vestibule. Plain of black glass sprawls beyond, shrouding the floor of this petrified forest as far as the eye can see. The steeply pitched roof of the moss-covered stone mausoleum is festooned with eerily realistic skeletal grotesques. Its stone doors closed shut. Decorated an intricate sigil of a sun. And I will get you a picture. And I'm bringing you to a new map. What are you all doing?
I mean, Owlman, we're seeing a kill Team Blue. No. Alright.
I need like 3 seconds to go grab something and then I'll be right back. Sorry.
Amic, do I think this is a safe area to leave my horse? Or would I have to bring him in with...
I mean, it's a dangerous area. And the vestibule is a complete unknown. There's plenty of tree to tie him up to.
So whether you'd still be there or not.
Whether you're simply consigning him to some creature of the forest or saving him from the dangers of the depths, you don't rightly know.
Mm. I think I'll bring him into like the entranceway and then close the door, as we're going in.
Okay.
I guess the next question would be how long he's going to be left in that building. Because you might be starving him.
I doubt we'll be in there too long. So I'll be dead. No, I'm kidding. Oh, Martha's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, there you go.
What I miss?
No.
Uh,
So you guys stand outside the mausoleum. What are you all doing?
Well, are we just going to wait out here?
Your way in.
Yeah. There's not really so all around the mausoleum, like as far as you can see through the woods, the ground of the forest has been turned to black glass, save for a very small stretch of living forest just around the edge of the mausoleum. I think if you like tied him up to the tree on the edge, maybe he could graze from the foliage there, the edge of
Mhm.
the black glass.
Mm.
Can I take a copper coin and almost like skipping pebbles across the lake, skip it across the black glass, see if anything happens?
So you ting 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 ting.
Mhm.
It skitters out across the black glass.
All right, guys. Here I'm gonna go to the foliage and I'm gonna start collecting them. And I ask them to help me out too.
And what are you looking for?
I'm collecting food for the horse
Oh,
so I can just leave him inside the entrance.
Okay. Um. So roll me a survival check.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll go
So you,
help her.
yeah. So you you collect some foliage to kind of feed this horse. It's all kind of mire type of foliage, and you have to kind of carefully pick what it is that you're getting for him so as not to introduce
Poison.
any kind of toxins or anything. But you're able to do this without too much trouble, and you gather up something to keep him to tide him by for a few hours.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Erebus will kind of take a dagger out and start. He'll dig out like some roots. Let's take a look at the roots. Does this extend into the ground, like this mire or whatever this
So
curse?
so the black glass, you know, so if you look at the map, you kind of see that there's kind of like a living section of dirt around the
Mm-hmm.
mausoleum, and then everything outside of that is like this black glass. And
Yeah.
it extends way far out into the mire, you know, um, beyond where you can see.
Yep. Okay. Does it go below ground? That's what I'm checking for.
Um, so you kind of come up to the edge of where the black glass is, and you start digging away the dirt,
With that one trowel.
and you with
What the
that
trail, the
trowel,
shitty
right?
trail,
And
yeah.
so you start using your shitty trowel. You start digging away at the dirt, and you dig down 6 inches, then a foot, and all you do is you find glass.
Okay. Goes below the ground. Okay.
What happens if I
Alright.
try and stretch a plant across the black glass itself?
You try to stretch the what?
Stretch a plant. Like if I use Druid craft to make the crabgrass try to grow over the glass.
The grass kind of grows out, and the little tendrils of like a like centipede grass kind of grows out across the glass, but it can't penetrate down through it.
I mean, that makes sense.
And eventually it kind of reaches as far as it can go, and it can't continue to grow further because there's no soil for it.
Cool. I rip off that section and hand it over to Natasha
Okay.
for the horse.
Yeah, thanks. Alright, I set up by the door and I go to open the door.
I was gonna say, while
So
they're getting foliage, can I cast Divine Sense?
Um sure. So as you continue to dig, Erebus, you eventually you do find the bottom of it. It's some 18 inches down before you finally are able to get under the glass. Let me look up exactly what Divine Sense does.
Oh, that took about a foot and a half to get down there.
Are volcanoes supposed to be around here?
So as you kind of tap into your sixth sense to try to, tap into the weave and feel the magic around you, Lucian, you have a frisson of like goosebumps roll up your arms and a rigor kind of runs down your spine. And you get the feeling that this is kind of like a holy place, religious place, or something near enough. There's almost there's almost like a chant. You can't make out what's being said or even the voices, but there's almost like a murmur in the back of your mind as you stand before the door of the mausoleum.
I gotta open the door.
So you come up to the door and you push on the door, and
Lucian,
it
help me out a little
doesn't
bit.
budge. You're like, ah, ah.
And I don't budge.
Like,
I
is
try to
it
pull.
locked? Is it locked? You start checking kind of the crack, and you don't think it is. It's just a massive set of stone doors.
Mhm. Oh,
Hey, Lucy, you're the strong one.
Yeah. All right.
you got a crowbar?
Nah, just, brute force. Just taps the muscle. I want to see if he could do it first.
And you want him to slip a disc?
So, Lucian, between you and Natasha, the door slowly opens. Takes an immense amount of effort to push this huge door open.
Is it like double doors, or is it like a single door?
It is. It is.
All right,
a
my
set
door
of
my
double
door
doors.
slightly opens faster than her door.
No, it
Slightly
takes
faster.
both. It takes both of you to open a single door.
Okay.
Even you try to like do one door by yourself, and it just doesn't budge. You're like about to pop a vein, and so
Come on, you can do it.
it's like, stop slacking, Natasha. Get over here and help. Okay.
Yeah, moral support.
The two of you are able to push open this door.
And is there lights up in there, or it'll be dark?
Y'all did a good job, and as the old man trots in.
The door opens onto a stairway that ascends down into the earth. The far end of the hall of stairs, or at the far end of this hall of stairs, is a single stone door at the bottom. Pristine murals of humanoid bones adorn each wall, arranged into artistic images of the sun, similar to the sigil emblazoned upon the main door of the mausoleum. These sigils are adorned on the walls at each of the 3 landings going down.
I
I
don't know
pull
if
out a
it's rude to
torch
ask.
and I start lighting up a torch.
Is anyone
I'll
like
take.
religious?
It's like super religious, mate. Like super.
No,
Um,
like of us, like these guys.
Hmm?
Natty, right? Are you religious at all?
A little knowledgeable. What do you want to know?
I was just wondering if this was familiar at all.
I scanned the icon real good, Amy. I roll a 7.
You've never seen it before.
I missed that day in class.
There's classes on religion. That's how this works.
Somewhere.
Didn't you ever
Yeah.
go to Sunday school?
I did not. No.
Alright, I'll light up the torch and I'm gonna lead my horse up into like one of the corners here, and I set down the food. I'm like, stay out of trouble.
Right, when she does that, I take a little strip of leather with a little coin at the end of it, and I like wrap it around one of the ends of my spear, and I bring it close to my face, and I like whisper to it, but really truly, it's breathing on it, and I cast light on it. So there's a little coin at the end of my spear with light on it.
Okay.
That's convenient.
Everybody need clothes.
I'm gonna leave the torch with the horse since you got the
No,
light.
just this one.
Oh, I know, it's fine. I'm gonna use your light. That you that I have a shield.
Right, so you have a coin that's tied to the end of your spear.
Yeah,
And
so that I could
um,
so that I could grab the coin and basically snuff the light pretty easily.
all right. So Natasha kind of throws the torch into the room. Clatter,
I'll need.
clatter, click. It rolls across the ground. It gutters, almost going out, but it stays lit.
We make our way inside, but
Yeah,
it's a
we
hard
can't
wall.
actually move. Yeah, it's a hard wall. We can't actually move in.
Oh my god.
Yep.
My bad.
Jesus, horses are big.
Sorry.
I mean, I knew
Horse
horses
is
were big,
big.
but like horses are big.
Mhm.
Hang on. Whoa. Slow down.
Get into the trap. Amy.
We'll slow our roll.
All right. So everyone back up.
I mean, you have our
How are
order.
you guys? All right. So as Lucian, as you step onto this first landing here, you hear kind of a growing, the murmur in the back of your head grows, and suddenly the symbols, the sigils on the walls burst into radiant light, and you feel your skin heating. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. I'll give you advantage because you had your divine sense running.
12.
17, you make it.
Oh,
2d10 radiant damage.
Oh,
Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. That's terrible.
You take 6 radiant damage as beams of sunlight burst from the walls, filling the corridor, suddenly blinding you, Natasha, as your eyes are dark adapted. You're like, oh god, as suddenly, Lucian is just consumed with sunlight.
Maybe watch his dip.
I stand there for a second.
And then the runes slowly fade back down. Still, like, like glow in the dark, stars slowly fading they slowly fade out, the white light dimming ever
I
so
look-
slowly.
I look
Are
real
there-
close to where Lucian is stepping. There's like a panel that is noticeable that he stepped on.
Roll a perception check.
That's a 10.
You don't see any panel. You don't see any tripwire. You don't know what activated it.
Are there other rooms or anything like that?
So on each side of the hallway, right, is that same sunburst that is on the door, but it's made out of human bones. And it's on each side of the hallway at each of the landings. So there's one landing where you're at, there's a landing here, and then there's a landing at the in front of the door.
Yeah, maybe we avoid that type of space with that icons on the wall.
I turn back and look at Natasha with the most. Are you serious right now? Look at my face.
Yeah, I'm just pointing out for the children and elderly.
I mean, if you've got so much good insight, you could always lead.
Yeah, you could.
Well, I was just saying. Only volunteering.
Does any? I really don't want to get blasted again.
Did Lucian take a step back after getting blasted in the face by the holy powers?
Yeah, he would, honestly.
So there's a chance that you would get smacked again if you stepped back. Okay.
It's,
Can I try another divine sense to see if like this right next to me is like really, really strongly glowing with, or not glowing, but like humming with that same sort of magic? Or if it's like further down the hallway?
So what exactly are you trying to do?
Basically trying to see if like the trap rearms itself right away, or if it's like I can try to like predict that clearly the next fucking landing's probably be trapped.
So
Or they could just-
roll me a an Arcana check.
My boy be so good at this, guys. I got it. Don't worry.
you're trying
We
to
believe in
detect
you.
magic. Oh, 14, not bad.
So you try to, like, with your divine sense, you try to figure this out, and you notice that the murmurs grew really loud, and that's what gave you the warning. And you tried to jump out the way, and you mostly dropped to the ground, avoiding a lot of it. But when it first happened, it like grew loud, and then the voices cut off, just the whisper, and now they're slowly getting louder and louder again. And you
This is
think that
this is a
maybe
time-based
it's
thing? Yeah.
charging up.
Alright, well, let's hurry then.
I'm pretty athletic. Can I like just jump over those?
Okay, stop this
Those
quick.
like landings?
Yeah, you can just jump over the landing if you want to.
YOLO.
Roll me athletics. Yep, you jump down. You almost lose your balance falling down the steps, but you catch yourself.
Or like try it again.
All right. Yeah. And you jump over this landing, and you're caught mid-air as suddenly the voices grow loud once more, and two beams of sunlight blast, filling the hallway, and you cannot roll a dexterity saving throw because you're mid-air.
Oh,
And I need you are going to take 12 points of radiant damage.
I go down at that point.
alright,
So-
well, I'm not,
A smoking, like, you you're just caught midair as you're consumed by this sunlight that blinds out everything. You fall to the ground, smoking, tumble, and come to a stop, unmoving on the steps down below.
Alright, well, I'm gonna jump over here, and then I'm gonna do a healing word. Waste my spell slot on this child. Why not teenager?
You wake back up lying on the ground,
Ow!
just
Lucy?
a few steps above the next landing.
I help you up. I think we should get out of this hallway. Go.
Thanks. Yeah.
I look behind, like, you should hurry up before the trap ring arm.
These bones here are just about completely dark.
Are we just okay? Are we rushing? That's what we're doing? I'll rush down for him.
All right, you go running down the steps. Nothing seems to happen.
Come on,
Eribus
old man.
will- Yeah, Eribus follows. Like he literally jumps up there and
All right,
flies.
Eribus, you go running up to this set of to this landing right as the sigils fade to black. And so you go running up to jump over the landing, but then another flash of light fills the hallway as Natasha walks onto the final landing, getting blasted by sunlight once more. You shield your eyes, and you're like, you myopically look around as the hallway begins to kind of come back in focus, and you can see you're ready to jump over the first landing, but the first landing, the sigils are completely dark, and you're like, oh shit.
Hey, try shooting it. Try shooting the sigil and see if you can like break the thing.
I need a dexterity saving throw from you, Natasha.
Unfortunate. That's a 9. I go down.
All right, you take
13.
14 damage,
I'm
and
down.
Natasha goes down.
Oops.
I mean, I also have a healing word.
Well. I wake my ass up. I crawl up underneath Lucian.
I want to get out of this fucking hallway. This was a dumb idea.
Disable those in some way, or yeah. Can you guys break that?
The runes or the glyphs are slowly fading.
I'll go through with her. Yeah, 'cause she went through the door, right?
I mean, the
She's
door.
So you come up to the door, and it's another giant, stone slab door. You go to push on it. You're gonna need help.
I'll go. Quick. I'm running.
Till you slam into this door. What's your strength, by the way, Mareid?
Not good. 10. Plus
Um,
0.
Okay, between the two of you, you're able to open this door. Hang on. Eribus, how'd you get down here? What'd you do?
I was following the.
So you just run
Mareid.
down the steps.
Yeah, Mareid and me were going
Alright.
at the same time.
So suddenly the glyphs, the first set of glyphs at the top at the first landing light up. Wham! And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. All right.
Do they have advantage because they know it's coming?
No, fortunately not.
13. You're still up.
You take 13 points of damage. and you guys can't fill the same square. You guys are medium creatures, so
Yep.
someone has got to stand on this landing
landing.
here, and it's fading quick.
So I am helping Lucian at the moment.
I don't
with
need to
push.
stand on it. I'm flying.
The roofs are 10 feet tall.
I mean, the Maraids with
what?
Lucian pushing the door open.
All right. All right, I'm just saying that
Oh,
it's
yeah.
too tight of a corridor for you guys to stack up. Like
Mhm.
it's, it's one square per person. But
Hey!
Mareid. Yes.
So someone needs to stand on the thingy before they get shot, right? Why not try breaking the rune so that maybe the trap doesn't trigger?
I whispered. That's what I said.
So, Mareid and Lucian, you're like, "Ah, shoot the sigils, break them.
I hit the one on the wall behind them, well, next to them
You-
with my warhammer.
You just start slamming into the wall. Roll me an attack.
Let's see here.
The bones, you start slamming into 'em. You see some of the bones cracking and chipping,
Mhm.
but the sigil is not breaking. It's still getting dimmer.
I keep
You
hitting
think
again.
you think you just have a couple of rounds. The one that's up here is like one round away from being recharged.
Mhm.
You push the door open, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
Did I get another hit on the bones before that happened?
No.
Okay.
I need you to back up a square, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so this is one round. Oop, why is this not working? So, so this is one round. This is 3 rounds, and it's actually right here. Okay, and let me get my turn order up.
Oh.
All right. So at initiative 0, this sigil right here, the one that Eribus is currently standing on, is going to be fully recharged. As you push open the door, Lucian, a crystal orb floats above a stone plinth in the center of this chamber. It slowly rotates, glowing a faint blue. Its carved surface evokes the shape of a lidless eye. A secluded alcove stands at each corner of the room, with doors to the north and south. To the east stands a massive stone door, inscribed with detailed carvings of humanoid figures, skeletons, radiant sun discs. Because you're on a stairwell, right? And it's a stairwell going uphill, and the roof is like right over the top of your head. The only one that can see this crystal eye is Lucian.
And he goes left. Let's see.
Eribus, what are you doing?
Fly into the room as fast as I can. And since I'm flying, I can go over everybody's without difficult terrain.
Oh, Eribus sees the floating eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
You can't fly. You push through everyone getting into the room, which is difficult terrain. So that's 10, 20. That's 10, 20, 30. So you can only be right here.
Like, couldn't he, like, well, I guess, I don't know how high up it is, but
The roof is too low for him to fly.
could he glide and run on our shoulders?
Mm-mm.
At the roof of the other room.
I double move, and then I end my turn right there.
So you still have 25 feet of movement.
Sure, well, we'll go right there.
Okay. All right. The eye slowly turning through the room comes and meets you. As it meets you, it glows a brilliant red, and a beam of energy blasts out of the pupil, slamming into your body. And let me make an attack here.
Miss? Maybe?
What's your AC?
I think he's just 15.
15.
Okay, so you see this eye glow red. You dive to the floor as it burns a hole in the wall, and then it continues to stare at you. Mareid, what are you doing?
I mean, I still don't want us to get blasted inside of this hallway, so in we go. Uh, 10, 15 onto this one. There's nothing, no particular details in these alcoves or anything?
You don't, you can't see the alcoves from where you're currently at.
I'm sorry, so what?
Your movement, what's your
Refresh my
action and
page.
bonus?
Uh,
Oh,
I mean, I can't see the alcoves now that I'm in one.
So
Oh.
so you kind of come running up to the alcove, and you kind of as you kind of come into the alcove, you don't really see anything in the alcove, but like, you're like, I need to take cover from this eye, and you think you can pull up against the edge of the wall.
Yep.
And when you pull up against the edge of the wall, you can't see the eye.
Cool. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stay tight against the wall. I'm waiting for someone to get hurt.
Natasha.
all right. I'm gonna run over here. I'm gonna lift my warhammer and I'm gonna beat on this eyeball so it doesn't kill the owl.
All right, you come up, you slam your mace into the eye.
14.
It what's the AC of this eye? Okay, so you hit the eye, it cracks. Cracks begin kind of running through it. But it's still glowing red, and it turns to face you.
Pump a force damage smite into it.
-7 force damage.
Yeah.
As it does, it explodes and shatters, the room going dark.
Thanks, Nettie.
I look at the ground. What kind of material is this eyeball?
It's made of crystal.
Could this be used as an arcane crystal of some sort? Like a focus?
I don't know.
I
Maybe.
pocket a couple of shards.
Right down, you have, 3, baseball-sized shards of crystal. Of crystal eye. Say crystal eye. Lucian, what are you doing? You're muted.
Yeah, I hop in. Does it look like, first of all, when I hop in, I hop down, right? Because I was at head height, and this is a room going down. Correct?
What's that? Yeah, so yeah, you were at the level of the door. You just walk into the room.
Okay.
Yeah. The ceiling is not that high, right? It's 10 feet tall.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are there any more of those glowy glyphs in this room? You know, the one's been blasting.
Roll me a perception check. So, on this far door is the same type of sigil, right?
Mm.
What you see is that on one's hang on. So you see on this door, carved upon this door sprawls like a mighty scene of conquest. An army of living dead, ghouls led by vampire generals charge up a mountainside towards a somber citadel carved out of rock. Before the gates of the citadel stands a smaller army, this one made of walking skeletons, some armored, some not, led by a skeleton in flowing robes. The leader of the vampires and the robed skeleton both hold their hands up in the air as if conjuring some spell. And 2 circular cavities about the size of a human fist rest between their outstretched hands, one on each side of the door. The vampire leader on the left, the robed skeleton on the right. And behind that, cavity is the sunburst. Like, where that cavity would be is, the cavity replaces the center of the sunburst.
Lovely.
I guess we'll find. Oh.
What about these doors? Those are
Um,
doors too?
Yeah.
Or no?
So this is like a giant double set of doors, right? Um, to the north and south is a smaller set of stone doors, just like the one that you came through. Over here to enter the room.
You said there was like some sigils on the wall, right? I'm gonna take out a piece of paper and get a rubbing of it real quick.
So that was on the door.
I know we're supposed to. You're not worried at all at getting blasted by who knows what? I know it's just a door. I'm not a chicken. Watch, I'll do it.
I watched the child just walk over there.
So you go
I'm
up and you
taking out a
start
piece of paper. Yeah.
taking pieces of paper and making rubbings of the door, right? Of like, you take several rubbings of, like the different scenes of the door, right? It'll take you,
I was just going
couple of
for
minutes.
the text bit. I figured like the whole scene will be. Well, I mean, I guess if we have time.
It'd take a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
It's
I
like it was a
see the
short rest,
fact that
Taylor.
I'm not getting blasted by the. No, y'all have a second while I'm doing this.
I sort of check the other doors.
Don't step into a laser.
Don't touch a laser.
Hey, look, I haven't eaten any lasers so far.
It's because someone's been eating them for you.
Yes, and we appreciate it.
I think you're the only one that hasn't got hit, Mareid. It would be I.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Doors
did
are
it look
pretty
like the
heavy, isn't it?
lasers, when the lasers go off, they only inflict to this one square? They don't,
Yeah, they seem to like
only.
blast out from each of the walls, filling the hallway full of sunlight.
Okay. Do I think if I was to stand like at the edge of it and just like swing from around like at a distance, like 5 foot away, out of their target square, would it actually hit me?
You're like you would have like part of your body is going to go into that space to hit that.
Never mind the. I would need like a reach weapon.
Why don't you just toss something in and see if that'll trigger it? Like, maybe it doesn't matter if it's a body.
That is not a bad idea.
Yeah. I'm full of good
I
ideas.
grab a baseball shard of crystalline. I'm gonna toss it in its space.
Toss it in there.
Yeah.
Clink, clink. Shatters further to dozens of little marble pieces covering the ground. Nothing seems to happen.
Damn it, Mareid.
Look, you said it wasn't a bad idea. I stand by it. I guess your next test would be to test with something alive. Hey, old man, don't you have like something?
You can throw a cockroach in there.
Basically. No, it's not that cruel. They don't live that long. Really?
Eribus, you got a cockroach on you?
I toss a cockroach in there.
All right, so you kind of reach in there.
You get bug zapped.
No, don't run from me. Gotcha. You go to throw it, it goes, flies back, lands back on your shoulder, burrows into your clothes. Your cockroach knows better. You're like, no! Ah! Pluck, pluck. Ah! And you toss it in there. It gets in between the beams. Ka-choom! Blinding flash of light. And the cockroach dust sifts to the ground.
All right, Amick, while I did that, I run over and I start beating on it.
Ah! You break the sigil.
All right, cool.
You break one wall, then you break the other, and the sigils are wrecked. It's just made out of human bone.
Eribus, let's get the rest of them while Mareid Center thing.
Did you guys ever think maybe they're there to protect something? Like to keep something in, considering how difficult it was to get in?
That's also our exit, though. What if you gotta run real fast to escape?
I mean, he's got cockroaches.
Yeah, but that takes time, We're gonna be sitting at the edge while he's picking at his fur while we're gonna beat down. I don't know. It's fine.
So, you come over here and you look at this door. This door seems no different than the previous one that you opened. But you're gonna need help opening it.
Push your brows. Natty, either one of you go help him. I'm just scrubbing real fast.
Well, I mean, if we find something that's dangerous, you're gonna get interrupted.
So we're all just gonna stand here sort of watching me. You know what? We have multiple pencils. Come over here.
Looming.
Yeah, you're
So
really
the-
fucking tall.
So
Sorry.
over the course of about 5 minutes, you guys take a rubbing of the entire door.
There you go.
I think you two should be in charge of all this. This is really boring.
That's
Well,
so
taking rubbings
generous
for-
of you,
Oh.
Lucy.
I mean, if I'm over here getting blasted in the face, it's the least you can do, right?
How much you guys getting paid for those rubbings? I can help.
Nah, it's fine. I can take the
It's
stupid
alright.
rubbings.
How long does your divine sense last?
Not very long. At all.
Is-
one
oh,
round?
you
It's
need
just like a-
1
it's just
minute
a
or
single
10
Like,
round.
it's just the bloop thing.
Okay. It's
Yeah. Yeah. I've already spent 2 of them, by the way, to do all that
Okay.
stuff, so.
Alright.
Why are you asking me?
No reason.
So, you have a roach ready? You wanted to open one of these, right?
Well, we don't know if there's any more things in there, but
Is that a no? You don't want to try the door?
Yeah, let's
I
try
hope-
it.
all right. I help Lucian open the door.
Wait, what about
You
the bug?
push the-
Oh, I mean, we're not
door
stepping
open.
in.
The
So I keep
door-
an eye on the wall.
The door slowly swings open.
Do we see any of those things on the wall?
Hang on.
Seen undead, don't we? Undead Cyranids.
You look into an oddly shaped hall, which contains a humble stone altar against its back wall. The altar is heralded by stone pillars adorned with humanoid bones, artistically arranged in spiraling patterns. Upon the altar gleams a tarnished gold circlet, bearing a cracked peridot. Beside the circlet stands a sphere of black crystal, glowing with an eternal light. And I have a picture for
Oh. It's not cursed, baby. It's not cursed at all.
Do you salivate a little bit?
Oh man. A little bit.
I can't say this stuff is super up to my taste.
So what are you all doing?
I look around the corner of the door and I perceive the walls and the floor. I'm like, traps? Traps?
All right,
15.
roll me a perception check as you look around. 15, you don't see anything. You don't see any pressure plates or tripwires. You look up and down. No cracks in the ceiling or floor.
We
other
flick a
than-
cockroach in the room.
You throw a cockroach in the room. Cockroach flies into the room, hits the ground, skitters back and up Eribus's leg, disappearing back into his robes.
And did you ask Eribus for his cockroach?
No, I didn't.
Is Eribus with you guys over here at the door?
Eribus, where you?
I would assume so. Josh had to step away for a second.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take a 5-minute break and let Josh come back.
Cursed.
It's not cursed.
We have to find out.
The circlet sitting on the altar before you is unmistakably the circlet that the mysterious stranger and that scholar both spoke about. Exactly as they described. Gold, tarnished, set with a cracked peridot.
So Lucian, Mareid, so do you have sacks?
Yeah, we got some burlap sacks and sorts.
Yeah, I don't want to touch that shit with my bare hands. I can just you lift the sack over the item, you just pull it down over it.
I hand you a burlap sack.
Thanks. Can you cast
Who's-
light on my mace, Warhammer?
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, the light on you disappears, and on your spear disappears, and now his mace lights up.
All right, I'm gonna slowly walk my way in there.
Hang on, let me get the lights working.
Mareid and I look at each other and we shut the door.
That's fucked up.
I fist bump Sprague.
So these are like column thingies.
Yeah, those are the columns.
Stop.
Does it look like there's monsters inside them? I stare real good. They hollow.
You know,
Some
you
material.
look like.
They are coated in human bones.
Oh,
Should
Human
we have
bones, you
like
said.
tossed a rope around her in case something happened and we could pull her back?
hey, guys,
Hey, Natasha, come here.
there's human bones on them columns. They might have some blasty rays on them.
Yeah, to hold up a second.
Let's
Like we
just
need more
Tie
roaches.
a knot around her. I'll stand right here. I'm cast Divine Sense. Necro nonsense is all up in there, isn't it, brother?
Is Divine
the-
Sense noticeable? Or is it just you feel it in your soul?
No, it's not really. I think you might seem like concentrating on something like that.
Okay.
so
Like a look of like
The-
intense focus. Yeah.
the orb gives off a noxious scent of death. And
You alright there, Lucy?
Yep. Baby, don't touch that one.
The rock? Sorry, orb.
Fine. I asked the sacks where you don't touch it directly, you just sack it.
sack it, yeah.
Okay, why don't you sack one of the things... Are you sacking both of these things, or just one? I say while I'm finishing off a knot on you.
Do you usually leave behind bags of gold on the floor?
I mean,
So, Eribus, you're pretty good for hands, right?
Sometimes, yes.
I'm looking
Would
up
you like-
annoyed at you and the knots that I've already made on your body, and looking over at Eribus.
Just wondering if you can sack these expensive items for us.
I go
I-
to the
I
other
might-
end
I
of the
might-
rope, still tied to Natasha. I don't untie Natasha. I'm just now also tying Eribus.
I don't want to accidentally bump it with my arm or something. But I think we should check them bones on the columns for traps if they're roached.
Do you put a sack on each hand? You look, got a glove up.
No, I meant like how you kidnap a person, you put a sack over their head, you know, just swoop, like up and over.
Are you experienced in kidnappings?
No, it's it's an example.
Mm-hmm. An example.
Before any of this goes on any further, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself just simply because, like, I don't.
Okay.
You felt better.
Roll it.
Yeah.
You guys got the
5, of
healing
course.
touch.
I mean, so do you.
Yeah, last I heard, you've got them honeyed words.
Yeah, we all
No
special.
play points.
So I'm thinking that we toss a roach in between all the columns up to the altar. Nothing bad happens, and either I or Eribus go over there, or both. And we sack the goods and we run our ass back over here.
Yeah, I hand the rope that's attached to Natasha over to Lucian while I'm holding the Eribus rope. Wait, are you going inside? Is everyone going inside?
No, I just wanted to see something first.
You're left holding the rope.
I'm holding both ropes now, and then Lucy went in with no rope included. Just don't do something stupid.
Never.
Lucian, you think them columns will zap us?
Let me put all of my arcane knowledge to the test. Do I think them columns be zapping boys?
I think real hard to Lucian. I aid. Oh, you should be aiding me.
I have a nosebleed. Do I think them columns gonna zap bitches?
So the bones on the columns look decorative.
Okay. Compared to the other bones, they're charged with,
Mhm.
I just don't.
What about the walls of the room?
They don't.
There's no
Yeah.
like ornamentation or anything.
The walls are covered in ornamentation,
Mhm.
but nothing that really, sparks as like glyphs or something like that.
And there's an altar with the crown that we're looking for, and the super necromantic orb of doom. Is there
Well,
any like papers over there?
I might as well just get this out of the way. I heal myself. There. You told me this is decorative. I slowly step a little closer to the altar. You just run away.
The pillars start spinning, bone saw blades pop out, eviscerating you. No, nothing happens. Lucian starts running.
I see Lucian coming out. I'm holding the rope out for him.
Okay.
Look, I'm not very
Hey,
strong.
at least stay at the edge of the entrance. You're there you go. So we're within one movement speed. Alright, I'll go over here. Mysterious man, he wanted the circlet, so I'm gonna go. I sack this circlet.
So you reach over, you grab the circlet.
No. I have the sack, and then I put the sack over it, and then I have the material in between me and my hands.
She Steve Irwin's it.
Yeah.
All right. The moment you touch the circlet,
The sack touches the circlet.
the moment the sack touches the circlet, the moment the circlet moves in the slightest,
Yep.
wham!
Ain't good.
This door right here slams shut.
All right, it's a good thing Lucian was in here with me. All right, well,
You hear this
Guys, something is
echo
happening.
through the hallway. You turn around in fright, looking to see if the door just sealed you inside.
Mhm.
And you see Mareid. That door didn't close. You're like, guys, what closed? What was that sound?
All right, well, I take the sack and I sack the other item too.
Check the entrance.
All right.
For another
You
item.
grab the orb.
Guys, we're sealed in here.
Sack
All
it
right.
over.
You have a sack with a circlet and a sack with the orb in it.
We just got sealed in.
I put him in my backpack, and I go
right.
run over here.
The front door?
Yes, the door that we just came in, the one that the two of us just pushed, that door, it's shut.
Oh. Well.
I try to open it.
You reach out, you go to push on the door, and Natasha walks up as if to try to help you, but before you can get there, as soon as
Lucian touches it.
As Lucian touches it, there's like an explosion from the door, and Lucian goes flying back, spinning through the air, slams into the wall, and is knocked unconscious. Blood splatter on the wall as he leaves a streak down the wall. And he's launched across the room, leaving a blood streak across the door as he slides to the ground, completely unconscious. You're going to take 22 points of damage, Lucian.
Oh my god.
Well, I run over there.
It doesn't kill me. It just knocks me unconscious.
Well, I run over there and I try to stabilize you.
Nope. You're not leaving me alone in here, Lucy. I'm casting Cure Wounds. Not Cure Wounds. Healing Word.
Healing Word. Then we out of Healing Words.
We're out of Healing Words.
All right.
I fucking hate this place.
As your ribs and the bones in your arm start snapping back into place, your arm had turned into a noodle. Your chest caved in. Your back broken from where you hit the wall.
Damn.
As the bones begin to snap back together.
Maybe.
Stop eating it, Jesus!
The door!
Nicholas.
It's alright.
So I guess our only way is forward. There might be another exit.
Why don't we try the north door first?
Take a point of inspiration, Ziri.
Thanks. I mean, wouldn't you go try to get through the door that just slammed shut?
Yeah.
Just get a roach ready.
I mean, the door didn't bite us before.
Alright. Help me out. I open the north door.
Yeah, I'll help this time.
I see a bunch of vampires, right?
You open the door to a vast hall lined with pillars, each decorated with parallel lines of femurs. The space between the bones are filled with skulls, all leering emptily at you as you stare back into their empty sockets. A stone door stands at the east end of the room, and several alcoves filled with glinting metal line the western wall.
I
A perception check from you, Natasha.
22.
You hear clatter, clatter. It sounds like bone upon stone. You're like,
Alright.
what the fuck is that? You kind of, you're all cautious now. You peer around the edge of the doorway, and you
Mhm.
see bones tumbling off of the pillars, clattering onto the floor at the far western end of the room.
That's strange. Alright, someone throw something over on the west side. There's movement going on over there. Things are falling from the pillar.
Old man, can I have a bug?
No, I guess something.
The old man will pluck a bug out and hand it to you.
Just for a second. Really sorry, little buddy, I'm sorry. And I just chuck him.
You gotta check that poor bug.
I need you to roll me an acrobatics check to grab the bug off of him as it tries to, scurry back into his feathers.
12? Is that enough?
No, I need you fail. It scurries back into his feathers. I need a con save.
A con
Oh.
save?
Wait, you touched Eribus directly?
Okay.
May
Actually,
makes us okay.
Never like
Ah,
that.
I take my warhammer and I just bang it against the wall, kind of like bang, bang, bang. Get things' attention in there, so they'll come to us.
All right, give me just a second. I need to save this file real fast.
Mhm.
What do you mean you have to save a
Um,
file real fast?
No
The
worries.
update on you.
Concerning evil man.
All right, so you hear the clatter of steel against stone and bones against stone. Shing, shing.
That sounds like people. Why don't we close the door? Natasha, this thing is really heavy. I can't close this door on my own.
As you're trying to put, like, Mareid's like, let's close the door, guys. She's like pushing on it. Suddenly, a skeleton comes up, pulls back a bow, and shoots you in the chest.
For fuck's sake!
No, this is Natasha. She's the one standing in the middle of the doorway. It misses. It clatters off the door. I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Okay. I guess. Let's just step out of the way, and then they'll come run to us, and we just beat them down. It should be done.
All right. All right, Eribus, what are you doing?
All right, who's who? So is Natasha in the line of fire? What's going on here?
Yeah,
Yeah, an
Natasha's
arrow
just
just
been
bounced
fired
off
at.
me.
All right, I'm going to hop on behind you. I got the movement to do it. I'm going to occupy your space just for a second. Take a pot shot at this, whatever the hell this is. And then move back. So we're going to take a longbow shot. And move to the
That
side.
misses?
Yeah.
All right. You hear the running, the clatter of bony feet upon stone as these skeletons charge towards the doorway.
I don't think Eribus has the action economy to do it, but he's going to prepare to switch to melee. So he's tucking his bow on his back.
All four of these skeletons are going to shoot at Natasha
Jesus.
with their short bows. 1, 2, 3, 4.
One hit. The 21 hit me.
21 hits you for 7 piercing damage. It pierces through your chainmail, and then this, and it swings its short sword at you,
Yes.
and that misses. It clatters off your chainmail. Do you have a shield? I forget.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, Natasha, it is your turn.
This thing in the way of the door.
Arrows just flying past your head left and right. This guy's trying to get at you.
Is he in the way of the door closing, or can I squish him off?
He's trying to get through the doorway. So closing the door will be a little bit more challenging.
Mm-hmm.
But you think you could still close the door at this point?
Try that. I close the door real hard. I'm like, Lucian, help me out.
So you start your turn. You're going to use your action to close the door. You need another person's action to close this door.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Don't you think we could close? So these doors are like chunky boy doors, right? Like
Yeah.
chunky boys. Couldn't we close it like part way so that we could attack in? And like, of course, they're gonna be able to shoot out, but they're skeletons.
They all have bows.
I didn't know they give us like 3/4 to 2 or partial cover or something.
Yeah.
Like let's say if I'm at an angle, I'm just holding the door still while Lucian just like stabs a spear through or something.
Yeah. Couldn't we do that?
Yeah, makes sense to me. You do need another action to get it to that point,
Where-
though,
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll
because
do
she
that.
can't move it at all.
I'll use my action to try to do that.
You slam into it. I need an
Athletics.
athletics check. You need a DC 14 to close this door against the skeleton. All right. the door closes, leaving a small gap through which you can see. I don't know why my camera's not fucking focusing.
Mareid's in the open spot.
Okay, so Mareid's in the open spot.
No, it closes the other way.
Towards Eribus. Okay.
Then I'll be over
Erebus
here.
is
Okay. Could we not? Hey, why don't you and I sort of hold our shields to try to like block it, and we could open it, let him shoot. Whoever casts whatever they want to cast, and then we shield block it the rest of the way.
Sure, that should work.
So you're shutting the door, but it's really you're shutting the slot with the shields. Yeah. Let's do it.
So,
We're doing like
Natasha,
300.
you hiding behind the door. You have 3/4 cover.
Okay.
Anyone else that is attacking through the door has partial cover. But you can't attack. The door is in the way.
Mm-hmm.
But you're also keeping the door from opening. It's so heavy with you holding it, it's never coming open.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have any ranged abilities. Does anybody else?
You got the pokey stick. You can poke that guy.
No, I don't. Close. I've got a stick.
What do we need for range abilities?
It's Mareid's turn, by the way.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm stalling behind Eribus.
Erebus?
Yeah.
Erebus, what are you doing?
Oh, well, I was switching to melee last round. So was the current condition?
You can
The door
stab through here.
this wide.
Uh-huh.
You can stab through it.
All right. So
but
what I'm gonna
they have partial cover and you have partial cover.
that's fine. What I'm going to do is I got my short sword here. I'm ready to chop any limbs or weapons that are coming through that door. Because I heard this, I was preparing before
Make an attack.
I heard. Yeah. Okay. Where's my short sword at? There we go. Short sword. 22.
Hits. Roll damage.
5 piercing.
-5. You slam into him. Bones snap and break. Mareid, what are you doing?
So we needed to make a shield to go in front of it.
I'm gonna hop out of the way after I take my turn or attack.
Okay.
Okay, that doesn't provoke. You're
It
fine.
doesn't?
He's behind. Like, they can't effectively attack him through the doorway. You can attack through the door, but like it's such a narrow gap. He's not provoking. Ducking back.
You want to take a step back then?
Erebus.
Eribus,
You're
is
muted.
that where you're standing?
I guess that's where he's standing. All right.
Okay, in that case, I still
Wait.
have the movement to actually move him back just one step.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
can step into a space and step back.
I was just going to use my movement to, like, carry someone, only... No?
You can't. Not really. No, they're the same size category as you.
I thought it was just half speed when you did it.
But I guess it would be like an
It's okay.
athletics check.
It's fine.
I
don't-
really don't like that.
That's fine. In that case, I'll shillelagh and hit.
Okay. That hits. Roll damage.
9 bludgeoning?
9 bludgeoning damage. they are vulnerable to bludgeoning damage. That kills that guy.
Mhm.
Alright, and stepping back out.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Is that all of the movement that I could do? That's 10 because I walked through Lucian's square. And another 10 because I walked into his. Yeah, I think that's as far as I can go.
Okay. So the skeletons can see you and Lucian basically. Everyone else is like too far out of the way. They can only attack Eribus or Natasha if they're in melee. So 3 of them are going to shoot bows, and 1 of them is going to run into melee. I'm just gonna move that guy out of there so he's
Yeah,
no
just
longer a
assume there's a
factor.
pile of bones that's slowly gonna form there. It's fine.
Yeah. And then so this guy right here is going to he's going to attack Natasha. He's not all that smart. He's trying to open the door.
He crits.
He does fucking crit.
I think I'm sunder my shield.
Yeah, there's no sundering.
Oh. Damn, okay, I guess I'm down.
All right. So Natasha falls down. The door begins to, like, the door opens a crack as he's like, trying to, like, fight through the gap, right? These other guys are going to shoot arrows at,
Oh,
at.
I have an inspiration. Can I roll an inspiration?
You can roll.
Yeah.
He'll reattack.
Yeah, there you go.
20.
At 3/4 cover, so that'll be what,
That's
like
plus 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, miss.
You're fine.
Damn,
Then?
that token to save my life, man.
And they're just, the other 3 guys are just shooting arrows. Let's see here. 2 arrows are going to go towards Mareid because Mareid's the one that's easier for them to see.
Understandable.
And then 1 arrow is going to go for Lucian. This is Lucian, Mareid.
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
Does 15 hit your AC? No, because of the partial cover. You're fine. All right, Natasha.
I'm continue bracing the door.
Fine.
Keep smashing him at the door, guy. Oh, can I do like defensive?
No, you have to use your action each turn to hold the door.
All right. I hold
Because
it.
otherwise, they can use their action to open the door. All right. Lucian, what are you doing?
I'm going to move into this space. Stab.
Okay. That hits.
Right, and then
-7.
going to move back. Yeah. There we go.
Okay. Smart. Now they can't shoot you with arrows at all.
That's
All
worried.
Eribus, what are you doing?
Eribus, how's Natasha looking right now?
Fucked up. That's how Natasha's looking.
Is Natasha
So-
still holding the door?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
I got all this covered. I'm bold friend.
What I'm going to do, we will continue to fight them through the door.
Okay.
It's so on my next action, like, I draw out a dagger. We're going for a strike with the short sword and then with a dagger. Action bonus action.
Okay.
We got 1 and a 2.
Miss.
Yeah, unfortunately, because I'm real fucking low. But I tried.
Mhm.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Mareid?
All right. Step back in. We've got the club again.
The Shillelagh of Death.
Shillelagh of
All right.
Death. As long as I can hit him.
You really do be
The
clubbing bitches.
the shillelagh of like bone doom is what it really is.
As long as it hits.
That hits, and he's dead.
Yeah. Okay. That's 10 to get in there. And I see what Lucy's doing. Bye. But while we're here, and due to the fact that the owl man is the one that's sitting there, please tell me that this is a bonus action. It is a bonus action. Shield of Faith. Add +2 to your armor class.
You can still see through the gap. Okay, now you can. All right. It is the who has +2 to their AC, by the way.
Owlman.
Eribus.
Eribus. All right, I'm gonna put a shield on you, just so that I know that.
So you got like
all right.
19.
Yep. All right. The skeletons are
Potentially
going
should've
to
put that on
rush the
Natasha.
door. You know, because at this point they can't see anyone really. And so they're going to rush the door. All three of them are going to pile into this door, trying to force it open. I need an opposing strength saving throw.
Okay.
Can I
Wait,
help?
it's like check or
No, you
save?
can't because you're not behind the door. It's saving throw.
Can I help since I'm like right
Directly
behind
behind
her?
her.
Can I like brace her? Yeah.
You remember you attacked and you moved. Like the only one holding this
Okay,
door
okay.
is her. On your turn, you can slam into the door and try to like overpower and help her push it closed. But at this point,
Not it.
all right.
Bam.
So they push the door open, enough that one of them can run into the room. The other two are piled up back here. Let's see here. So the door is now open, right? So I'm gonna do this. All three of them use their action to open the door.
All right. And hold smash.
So it's Natasha's turn.
I look at the one behind me and I just club him over the head.
Grr!
16?
16 hits.
7 bludgeoning.
Okay. 7 bludgeon is enough to kill him.
There we go. And I look at the other skeleton that I'm about to smash into. I am my turn.
Lucian, what are you doing?
Can I try to close the door back to where they can't like all just rush in?
You need, so if you use your action and someone else uses their action, you can close the door. The door's so heavy, one person by themselves can't move it.
Okay.
But like if you and Mareid both push it, yeah, you'll close the door again.
Can I, with movement, use an athletics check to try to push this one back and then take a step back? Like shield bash him, you know?
Yeah, but Natasha's in the way, so it's going to be a higher DC. But yeah, you can do it.
Like an athletics check for it?
Yeah, roll me athletics.
Okay. I'm gonna use inspiration to reroll that. 13? Probably not.
It's not enough. No.
Okay.
So you try. So you try to bash him. And he's like, ah! He grabs onto your shield and starts pulling your shield down. And you're like, fuck! You pull it back, but when you step back, he's like, ah! And he cuts you.
He thinks he does, but Shadow of the Stone Bitch.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, because that was an action, right? He didn't have to roll opposing athletics. I mean, that's normally how it works, but okay.
I set a DC for it.
Okay, that's alright. It happens.
All right. Eribus, what are you doing?
Yeah, we got a dude in the room now, right? Oh,
Not in
well,
the
no, he's
doorway.
dead now. Yeah. All right, we're gonna go ham with the short sword and the dagger.
All
One will hit
right.
at
Short
least.
sword hits.
9
9
piercing.
piercing.
I target the knees, and then with the dagger, I kind of like wisp, but
It just goes into his empty chest and pulls back.
yeah. Then I reel back and I look at Natasha. How's Natasha doing?
Fucked up.
Same old.
I know you're.
Alright. Looks like I'm about to smash.
All right, smash.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Right.
So the door is open, but
You
it's
can't
in
see
my...
anything. The door is in your face.
Yeah, okay. I know. Over here. Over here. Into Natasha's space this time.
Alright.
Power of the stick! Shit!
And it just stabs you in the chest. And it misses.
Well, he just used his opportunity attack, so don't mind me while I take a step back.
That does not use an opportunity attack. That's a crit fail attack.
Yeah. The freebies.
But you have to move out because you can't
Yeah.
end your turn in her space.
That's true. Go ahead, try
Alright,
me again.
Yep, he misses.
Alright.
Okay. The one in front of Natasha is going to attack her with a short sword. That's going to hit for 8 piercing damage.
And that's Natasha.
And Natasha is down. I'm going to put Natasha right here, by the way. -4. And then this guy is going to run in here. Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to stick that guy right here. So they're going to run in here. And this guy is going to even. It's going to be Eribus. Odd. It's going to be Lucian. Lucian, you're getting attacked with a short sword.
Take it on my
They
shield.
miss. Yeah. They're not smart. They're not attacking any particular person for any reason. They're just attacking the nearest people. And it's Natasha's turn. Natasha, what are you doing? You're dying. That's you're rolling. All right. Okay. Lucian, what are you doing?
Can I stand in that space?
You
Like
stand over.
defensively?
You can defensively, yes.
Okay. So I sort of set my spear against the door briefly, and holding my shield up like in a defensive position, right? I reach down and I grab Natasha. And Natasha, you feel almost as though you just ran like a race, like your heart is like super duper duper pumping. And I cast Lay on Hands on you to give you 1 HP. Stay the fuck down.
All right.
And I pick my spear back up.
Natasha, you rolled a 3.
Yeah. I got you.
Saved my life.
Bleeding out on the floor there, yep.
All right.
But yeah, I like
Eribus.
effectively I'm not fighting defensively, but he's standing defensively over her.
Right.
Yes.
And because they're not smart, they're going to attack you versus the person on the ground anyways.
Exactly. Yeah.
Eribus, what are you doing?
You're muted.
Sorry. We're gonna go for the attack on the weaker one that's directly in front of me.
Okay.
Trying to thin the numbers. We're gonna get short sword and then a dagger.
That'll hit.
2 hits.
He's dead.
Woohoo! Was the first hit a kill?
First hit was a kill.
Can I potentially use the second attack to?
You can. You can hit
okay.
the other for 5
Yeah.
damage. -5. All right. Mareid, what are you doing?
Look, I can't. I have one job here.
big
Smash.
bonking stick. You do have to step out from around the door, but you
That's
do bonk
fine.
him. And he is obliterated. The bonking stick hits him on the top of the head, and you see little green fissures run through his skeleton before he just kind of explodes. Little bone shrapnel flying in every direction. And with that, you guys are out of combat.
Off my shield.
I stand up.
I'll reach down to help you out.
Hi.
She alive?
I got her.
I kind of want like Natasha, the first person she sees when she gets up is Eribus' face.
I startle.
Take a point of inspiration, Eribus. So Natasha, you wake up and the bird is looming over you like a dagger in his hand, a short sword in the other.
Green. Big owl in my face.
He's kicking these bones around. Anything on them?
Yeah, we loot.
You find what is it? 5 sets of short swords and short bows that are in good condition.
Ooh.
I gather up all the arrows in case I need more ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
You get 120 arrows.
There we go.
Really
Set for a while.
Yeah.
I guess we can put all that in the party fund. Or party inventory.
They do weigh.
Yeah.
Things.
What?
Hmm.
Are-
You
are
can sell them at the shop.
How 5 sets of all
Short
this
sword.
stuff? Short swords and short bows?
Yeah.
Sets as in 2 short swords each,
No,
or
no, no,
one
no.
5
One-
short sword?
5 short swords and 5 short bows and 120 arrows.
Right.
I'll let you figure that out. I'm not gonna look it up.
I can hold the bows if you want to hold the swords.
How heavy is the sword? It's not that heavy. Yeah. You said there were 5 short swords?
Mhm.
You see Sprague slowly like picking them up and putting them away. Be like pointy stick.
Are you wanting to learn how to use one?
Yeah.
Short bow is 2 pounds each.
So is the
Mhm.
short
Short
sword.
swords are
Yeah.
2.
Okay.
Yep.
You use short swords. Yeah, of course you do.
Yep.
Let's see. Let's
Alright.
put that in my inventory.
Are you carrying all of them, or are you just carrying one?
Sprague was taking them all.
Okay.
Here, carry all.
Did someone else want one?
I mean, you
Lucy?
can put them all in there.
I mean, if we're gonna spa, yeah.
All the arrows are 6 pounds.
I'll hand you one. I'll put 4 in my inventory.
Do we want a short rest?
These things don't come back together, do they?
No, I think they're pretty crushed. I can crush all their skulls if you're worried.
That's okay.
Even
I've
more.
got a stick.
Yeah.
I start crushing skulls. This is kind of like a nice
There
white
are a
island.
lot of pillars in the other room, though.
Are there? Is there anything you can do with bone meal?
Mareid says you could probably mix it into paint. You could use it in some medicines, maybe.
Speaking
This-
third person.
I mean,
It tastes
yeah,
good.
I am speaking in third person.
Tastes good in soup as well.
Does it?
Bone meal, yes.
Wouldn't trust the birdie palate.
I mean, why don't you guys grab some then? I don't really see the harm in it. Yeah, we could take a short rest if you like.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, apparently. I need to get some of this fine ingredient. Hold on. So y'all will take a short rest. I'll just continue crushing bones. I didn't really think this through. We don't have something to hold. Wait.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Can I have one?
Of course.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry.
Welcome.
Okay. So if you want to crush up the skeletons, let's say get 10 pounds of bone meal. That's going to take you, we'll roll survival, but somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes.
I mean, they're taking a short rest, so I've got a whole episode's
Okay.
worth.
All right, so roll me survival.
Give me some
Oh,
bone.
You get 60 pounds of bone meal.
60 pounds?
Excuse me,
That's all-
50 pounds,
Oh.
because
Is
there's
it-
5.
Say,
50 pounds of bone meal is a lot of bone
I mean-
meal.
That's
You
still a lot
had
of
an
bone meal.
hour. You don't have to carry all of it. You can leave some of it behind.
Hold on, let me fully calculate what in the world I'm carrying right now. We've got 4 short swords, which means I cannot carry that much bone meal. Can we make some bone meal soup, like, right now? I know they're resting. I don't know how to cook bone meal soup. Oh, I'll
That's
take 10
sanitary.
pounds of it, by the way.
Okay. You're very industrious.
I'm definitely gonna drop most of this bone meal by the time that we leave.
Alright.
Put it in the
Listen.
bag with the holes in it. It just leaks out. so you start off with 50, but by the end of the night, you're only down to 10.
Actually, Natasha has the bag with the holes in it.
The one holding the definitely cursed treasure?
Yeah, I gave her the burlap sack. I gave you one of the
Which-
backpacks.
Which bag has the holes in it?
The burlap sack.
Yeah. Which of the 2 bags?
The one that
The one with
Natasha
the
has,
sphere
apparently.
or the one with the crown?
I have no idea which one she put which one in.
It's time for some
Even
rollies.
it's the crown.
Well, both sacks are in my backpack.
Okay.
Was there a burlap sack that had 2 holes in it?
Did you think
So you saying the circuit fell out in my backpack?
No, they're like little holes, like a rat or something.
Like the
chewed in
size
it.
of a silver
Yeah.
dollar.
Yeah, they're little holes.
Yeah, I'm assuming we put the evil-looking spears in the wall over there, and the door will just magically open up.
Yeah, I would agree.
Alright. Go find the other sphere.
How much time do we
I,
have? Like, how long did it take me to make the bone meal, by the way?
An hour.
Oh, it took me a whole hour. Okay, never mind.
Mm.
I will not do stupid.
I look left and I look right. Do I see the bug zapper bones?
Roll a perception check.
That's an 11. I do not.
You don't see any glyphs or anything.
I'm gonna slowly make my way over here. Well,
Don't walk through the center. Don't
Mm.
walk through the center.
I'm gonna check out where the skeletons came from. Surely there might be some treasure or something over there. I don't actually see anything over there, do I?
Roll an investigation check.
Should have had the element. That's an 11.
So in the alcoves on that side of the wall,
Mm-hmm.
you find heaps of silver coins and emblazoned with the face of an unknown king. And on the reverse side, a sun sigil, like the one on the front of the mausoleum.
All right. I open up my money bag and I look at it real good. Does it look cursed to me, Amy? Curse coins?
I mean, you're a little afraid to touch it because of the sun sigils on them.
Hey, Eribus, there's a bunch of silver coins up in...
Son of a bitch.
Take a point of inspiration.
Like I go to scoop it. I was like, wait 1 second.
There's like heaps of them.
Yeah, it's an entire pile.
How many silver coins?
A bunch.
More than I can
Hundreds.
count. Hundreds.
Son of a bitch.
I mean,
Are you up there?
yeah, I'm right next to it, and I was like, "Damn, look at all the silver coins!" I'm like, "Eribus, I found a haul."
I flap up there next to you.
I notice that something stupid is about to happen. I grab onto the rope that's tied to Eribus. Not like stopping him. I'm going along with him. It's just in case.
Yeah, I look over at you who has the rope, and I'm also holding the rope to Natasha. Just shake my head.
Eribus,
Okay.
you can have all these to make up for my blunder in town.
Uh-huh.
I owe it to you.
Uh-huh.
I step back.
The player knows better, but we're just gonna go with it. Eribus starts scooping up the fucking coins.
All right, you collect 529 silver pieces.
There you go. You're rich now.
Yeah.
That's like 53 gold, by the way.
Well, we can melt it down and make silvered weapons.
But it's a lot of silver coins, and you could very well melt it down and make silvered weapons.
All right.
No,
adding
that's
50.
that's a little
53.
harder than you might think it is.
You adding it right now to the character sheet?
53 silver coins added to the character sheet.
529.
Oh,
silver pieces.
500. Okay.
529 silver pieces.
That's a little heavy.
And do note, you do need to note here that these are emblazoned with an unknown king, and on the reverse side, a sun sigil.
There you go.
These are not normal silver pieces.
Should I? Yeah, I guess. Okay.
Oh, that shit could be like worth like platinum.
Eribus, can I
Some
get
collector
like
coins.
a rubbing of the coins real quick?
Y'all are.
Are you?
I
You're
flick your
also
coin.
touching them. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. You have a coin now. He just gives you a coin.
I don't really want to keep this. I
Too
get
bad.
a
It's yours
quick-
now.
It's your Pirates of the Caribbean doubloon, okay?
I know. We've already
It's
watched
yours
this
now.
movie. Alright, fine. Well, regardless, I still am mainly here because I wanted to get the pattern and engraving off of the coin and put it onto paper.
Okay. You do. What do you do with your coin?
Well, I was offering it back to Eribus afterward, but whether or not he takes it is another matter.
Nope, it's yours.
Eat it.
I
We're in this together now.
is I didn't think that you could eat silver.
Hey, it's a cure for COVID.
Okay. So,
You have one strange coin.
one strange coin.
I look at Lucian and the party. They just standing there at the entranceway, just watching me by my lonesome. Let's go along the wall.
Lucian's holding your leash.
Okay. I look at this door real good. Does it look like it's gonna blow Lucian all the way across the room like the other door?
It looks just like the door that did.
Hey,
I
Eribus,
reach
throw
my hand out to it longingly.
no. Eribus, throw a bug at this door. We don't know if it might bug zap us.
Can I grab a rat instead and throw it directly at her
No.
face?
No, that's fucked up. How would you do that? I use my shield to block.
So he throws a rat at you, and you're just like, it
Yeah,
leaves a sticky kind of black, bloody smear all across your shield.
Do you
Bounce it
kablow
out
it
the
into
door,
the door?
to the
Yeah,
door.
yeah, okay.
I need you to make a con save.
Why hit my shield? Oh, I guess
You're
fine.
splattered by the blood.
17.
Alright. Okay.
Don't do that, Eribus.
What?
Don't be throwing rats at people. That's unsanitary. And gross.
I mean, rats are pretty clean compared to most animals.
See, she knows.
I look at the orphan child. She
I mean,
crusty,
normally I
dirty.
would agree, but like, you see the shield?
Look, that's Eribus funk, not the rat.
That
Oh,
lives
we
in
need to test the
Erebus.
door, guys. I ain't touching the door. Lucian doesn't want to touch
When
the
you
door.
hit the rat, did it go to the door? Oh my god.
I sure
I
Mareid
touched the
doesn't want-
door.
You reach out, you're like, your hand
Exactly.
just touches the door. Nothing happens.
I act like my arm is broken. I 100% act like my arm is broken.
Roll your deception thing. You following me?
You saw the last door explode. All right. He was like, you ain't fooling me.
Not full of Mareid either.
That was a
So
good
you
one,
guys
though.
open
I'll give
this-
you that.
I help Lucian open the door. Oh,
What's that? I don't like it.
that suit of armor. Plate mail.
A life-size skeletal statue stands vigil over this small sanctuary. In one hand it holds a bow, in the other raised high. It holds a crystal orb gleaming with golden light. The statue appears as if made from an actual human skeleton. Its bones gleam like silver, in the light of the crystal orb.
Oh, Eribus thought bow is on a creepy statue. It's probably magical. Well, probably enhanced in some way.
Did you say it was an orb again?
Here's another orb.
Are they about the size as the holes
sockets in the wall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same size as the other orb that you saw.
Which is the same size as the hole in the wall by the main
about
door?
The same size.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright.
Eribus, since you made a bow, you can have that bow. I don't want it. Though, I'm sure if someone reaches for the orb or the bow, the skeleton's gonna pop to life. So, I don't want to go in there and deal with that. Actually, we can go in there and ready actions. Like whoever grabs the shit, we got to defend them.
So the skeleton with the armor, does he have a quiver?
He does have a quiver.
Does it look like this stuff is a statue, or that these are like individual things that could be taken out?
What are you talking about? Like, it was all part of the set. Well, I was thinking it's like a statue.
No, is it like a a statue of this, or is it like, no, this is like a suit of armor, like an actual suit of armor someone could wear. This is an actual bow someone could use. This is a functioning quiver.
It's not. He's not wearing any armor.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a investigation check.
I am so good at this.
I mean,
Ask the question.
but Eribus would be more invested on the bow.
It's like
as close as I can tell. Yeah,
as close as you can tell. It looks like, as if a skeleton is holding a bow.
Mm-hmm.
A real life skeleton is holding a bow here.
Mm-hmm.
A silver bow.
Ooh.
What is the bowstring made out of?
Oh,
silver.
Yeah. Okay. I look at the walls. For the trap laser beam things. Step in there. I got lasered. So it's a 22 perception.
You don't see anything.
All right. I'm gonna step in there. I'm gonna get kind of close to the statue. Now, ready? Nope. Already in action. You'll go ham on the statue if it comes to life. As someone's grabbing stuff.
All right, someone grab something. I'm ready.
You guys don't know what constructs are? Huh?
Says the person who didn't close the door earlier.
Give me like 2 minutes. I need like 2 minutes real quick.
No, why?
We talking in real life or in game?
She is talking real life.
Oh.
She wasn't using the accent.
Out.
Okay. I was thinking Lucian's like 2 minutes while I'm just in position, holding my mate's neck.
My arm, it grows tired. Oh.
Like how I pawned off on all the curse over and all the other party members. I was like, nope. I've seen that movie.
I need to stop touching things, apparently.
You're in full health. What are you complaining about?
Yeah, I know, but I don't like the way that you keep asking me about the things I'm touching.
I'm not taking notes or anything. What are you complaining
No,
about?
not at all. There's nothing suspicious in the back door. Don't look behind the curtain. It's perfectly fine.
You gotta infect the paladin before he becomes immune.
Go lick the side of that birdman's head. Catch bird flu.
Tastes like chicken.
I mean, wouldn't the spores like
Would they
metamorph to
compete?
combat? Yeah.
Would I have
Well-
competing infections? I don't think so. I think this is a
Mm.
catch-em-all situation.
You end up turning into like the mutagenic circle instead of the spore circle.
Let's see. One is, spores and a fungus. The other is a curse.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's gonna be cursed spores. Now I'm gonna have to take remove curse, aren't I?
Potentially.
I get that of it.
I mean, unless you want to be cursed.
Don't worry, that'll be like level 6.
Ooh, it's gonna be rough. I mean, that bird is gonna cook you some food at some point.
No, I ain't touching any food the birdman handles.
You're gonna have to go pick that bird man up sometime. You gotta catch that bird flu.
That's the thing,
I
is
can-
it's
I can
not like
cook
we
my-
know either. So I'm still gonna ask him to make that bone meal soup.
I seen the roaches on him. All right. I got survival.
You
I can
saw his
fail.
bath water, okay?
Yeah. I'm gonna snitch though. So
Yeah, at least you ain't a snitch.
This is longer than 2 minutes.
Go talk to Harvey.
touching this be slow.
Oh, look at that owl. His little beak chattering.
Eribus, this bow is made out of solid gold, silver.
Yeah, unfortunately, the string is also made out of silver. Does that stretch?
It's mercury. Hey, Amick, what if we just all died in the hallway? Just TPK right there. Just like, oh.
I'm gonna be
Dude,
honest, it feels like we've gone
Look.
down this dungeon. Pretty stupid.
look. The sigils had an AC of 9 and 5 HP. If you guys all died in the first hallway of the first session, I'd be like, this is a sign.
Alright,
This
I'm
is a
back.
sign.
Welcome back.
Okay. So who's touching the construct first?
So I got my ready to action and swing. If
I lick my hand and I smack it across the face. No, I don't do that.
you said it.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
Well, I got my ready to action. I'm waiting.
You're ready?
Yeah,
You're
buddy.
ready? I guess it's my turn to touch something.
Well, you got the
I
club.
got it.
We're
See,
ready
he
to
likes
club.
eating this stuff. Just likes taking it right in the face.
As I walk over here, can I like use the butt of my spear to make Sprague just like fucking trip?
Whoa.
Son of a bitch.
Not like all the way eat shit, but like unsteady for a second.
What is this, a deck save?
She literally walks around with a cane.
Yeah,
It's
I'm saying
terrible.
she just tripped. You like, "Whoa!"
You trip into the statue.
And I pat you on the shoulder.
Harvey.
You come very close to the statue. You wave your arms. You go,
Then you touch it.
I have it.
Lucian's like, I got it.
Uh-huh.
It's okay. You got this.
Uh-huh. Wait, was this an invitation for me to pick it up? No, you're just fucking with
I'll
me.
pick it up. I'll pick it
Yeah,
up.
I'll prep an action to smack a skeleton.
Can I take my cloak off? Like, I clicked the little two buckles right there. Like, whip it off.
Your what?
My cloak.
Cape.
Okay. You take your
Yeah.
cloak off.
Yeah, I click the little two buckles and I whip it off in one action and I wrap it around the arm that is holding the thing. And I get ready to spirit that away.
You wrap it around the arm that's holding the thing.
The holding the orb. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So you wrap the cloak around the orb. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
I'm not touching it. What are you talking about?
It went through
Saves
the
are required
filter.
anyway.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Black veins begin climbing down, like running down the fibers of the cloak as if like it's wicking oil up the length of the cloak towards your hand, and you're like, ah! And you let go,
Mhm.
and then the cloak rots away.
I'm so sad. I'm so sad that it rots away.
No, that's your. Oh.
Like, Lucia generally, like, actually looks sad that just happened. Like, kicked puppy.
You're the
can I
one
do
that
like
used your cloak.
can I do like an arcana to see what effect this why to do that?
Roll me some Arcana.
There you go. 20.
You think that that this thing is cursed. That was necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
What more it does, you don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I dropped the silver coin on it. Anything happen?
It turns and looks at you.
Oh god!
Am I ready to go? Oh.
That's
Didn't really do anything
for
hostile.
you!
Never mind.
Nothing else happens.
Okay.
I dropped my pose.
Okay.
How we get orb and not disintegrate?
What?
That thing's cursed, by the way.
Yeah.
I take out a sword. Can I, like, give it a tap with a sword?
What if you just made a trail?
What do you mean a trail?
Of
Coin?
coins.
Oh, Eribus got the coins.
Where should the trail of the coins go?
Yeah,
To
hey,
the
mister.
door.
We need the... Can you put the orb in the socket thing for us? We'll pay you coins.
So you took out your sword.
Hey, Eribus.
It's watching you, Mareid.
Eribus, this guy's, he's reacting to coin, the guy with your bow. And orb. The orb's cursed, don't touch the orb.
Why would I touch? Why would I touch the orb?
Well, Lucian's cloak disintegrated. You know, touching the orb. Grim's gotta redraw his token. He ain't got that cloak no more.
No, we'll get him a new one. This is the
Yeah,
power
that's
of
right.
imagination.
What, wavy coins at him?
What are you
I'm
doing, Mareid?
No, I'm waiting for the coins.
You're standing before this thing with a drawn sword.
Yeah, but it's not really drawn. I'm not in a pose that is threatening. I was taking out the sword because it was something that was metal. Something that wouldn't rot.
You know,
So it's actually...
tap with the handle on the door. Or,
I basically am holding the handle. The blade part is just lying, sort of resting on the ground right now. Also because I don't know how to use a sword.
Eribus, this guy reacts to coins. Show me your coins.
put my coins in my bag.
As you stand there with the sword like this,
Uh-huh.
its head tilts, almost questioning.
Wait. What's the child dumb? He's holding it wrong. What's he on?
Do you understand us? I give a little bow instead.
Sprague, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, Druid's good though.
23.
There you go.
As you stare up into its face, you feel its empty eye socket stare back down at you and into you. And it recognizes one hunter to another. And as you curtsy and bow, it nods its head as well. And it lowers the hand holding the orb down as if to hand it to you.
My hackles are a little raised, but I put my hand out for a second to accept it.
It drops the orb into your open hand.
I'm
It feels
kind of
warm
bracing
to your
myself.
touch.
Oh.
It feels warm to your touch and pleasant. And it glows softly, filling the room with a soft golden light that pulsates ever so slowly and it's kind of almost like staring into the coals of a fire as it has that mesmerizing quality to it.
It's warm. Thank you. Thank you.
And it steps back, takes an arrow from its quiver, and draws it
Is he pointing?
as if aiming at some far off target.
Is it in the
The
direction
Paladin.
of the painting? Or the mural, really?
It's not pointing at any of you.
Is he in the direction of the mural itself? Where I think this would
No.
go.
It's kind of pointing over here at this corner.
Owlman. Owlman, poke your head out for a second, but prepare to dodge.
I guess Owlman's gonna
Be defensive.
Yeah, I'll.
Just double check.
What are you
Almian's
doing,
muted, by the
Eribus?
way.
I'll stand up and be defensive. I don't know why the frickin' Discord is being difficult tonight.
I'll
So what?
give a nod. And we should go, but maybe be ready for a fight.
I guess.
You
Oh,
are-
yeah. Maybe if we can run back here, fight appears. Maybe he'll help us.
Mhm.
Or
What
maybe
are
he's
you
aiming
doing,
at Erebus.
Eribus?
I don't know.
Lucy, are you alright?
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I was just trying to be defensive. Erebus. It looked like it was pointing in your direction with the bow, but I don't know. It's probably something else. It is a nice bow, by the way. All right, I pull out the sack with the orb on it. I can see the one with the big ball, and I hand it to Mareid.
I don't know if I could necessarily touch that one. I just apparently can touch this one.
Oh. Then we should put the balls in the correct hole.
Yeah. What color was this one again?
Yours is like the gold,
Mine is the gold. Yours is the
evil purple.
purple. I should put the gold with the skeleton, right?
Yeah.
That's the north side. I'm gonna stand over here when you do that, though.
Is everyone ready? Where's Eribus in this?
Eribus?
I'm with the group. I just don't know where everybody went on the map.
We went back into the main middle room. Alright, he was pointing a bow at it, so, you know, weapons drawn, I guess.
So you all draw your weapons,
Well, at least two of us can.
take the orbs,
Shove them in the slot.
you slot them in. They, as they get close, it's almost like they're magnetic, and they right into position. Light against dark. This skeletal army versus this vampiric one. Divided down the center the doors are. The stone doors grind open, sliding laterally into the walls. Beyond the threshold stands a tall, thin figure draped in a white robe. Flanking the figure towers two skeletons with bones coated in gleaming silver. The figure raises its head, pulls back its hood with a gaunt, decrepit fingertips, revealing a grinning skull with graying, withered flesh. The empty eye sockets flare with pinpricks of golden light as the withered being opens its mouth. A resonant, churlish male voice emerges. Tell me, how ought a master of undeath react to grave robbers? Masons, Restrain them. With a flick of his wrist, the smaller doors of the chamber boom, boom, slam shut.
That's unfortunate. I wanted to run. I don't say that out loud, but is this and
Oh, okay.
I have some pictures for you.
Mhm.
Ooh, I like his getup.
Does this guy look level 1 to me, Amick?
That does not look
No,
level
never
1.
mind.
Oh shit!
Two huge looming behemoths walk into the room, 4 arms, each wielding a massive scimitar, loom over you. Golden light flickers in their eyes, as if asking you to run, asking you to fight.
I holster my weapons, like, you know, we come in peace. I think they're these two are studying archaeology or something.
I'm sort of snarling as I realize that we're getting sort of pinned by these huge, massive behemoths.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were sent by someone who had been studying you, I thought. We didn't know that you were still here.
So easy does the fight go out of you?
I think it'll be a quick one, but if you want to go,
Well, you know, mortals know their
Yeah.
limits.
There's still a flicker in there. For all your bravado, little mortals, I'm afraid your time on this earth has come to an end. It always pains me to send brave explorers to their doom in my little afterlife. But such is the way of the world.
What do you mean?
To think that once you would have gone to Aurelia's side in the heavens. And yet, my unseen sun will draw your souls to its side instead. He smirks at you, Lucian, shaking his head at you, Natasha. His skeletal grin never alters as he speaks, though. He chuckles to himself, as if perverting the natural order of life and death is but a casual diversion. Yeah. It
truly is a rarity to come face to face with living. These days, I think, to commemorate this specialness of your collective demise, I'll feed your souls to my phylactery personally. And we shall see about this archaeology. I do have so many souls in stasis ready to be fed to my own soul, yet, yes, you deserve a special end.
You know, if you let us go, we can spread the word of you know, send more people your way. You know, instead of 4 armor, you get 20.
Let me show you.
Hang on. I'm trying to rewrite something.
Mm-hmm.
Let me at least show you what you came here for then. My little archaeologists.
And he begins to walk down the stairs.
Alright, I follow after him. You know, keeping like 2 car lengths behind him, you know, give him his little breathing room.
The masons walking along behind him, keeping an eye on you all
Mm-hmm.
as he leads you down stairwell after stairwell.
Dang it.
For some time you descend. What are you saying, Mareid?
I cursed demons.
Are you guys doing anything?
Being sad that we didn't take that silver bow a second ago.
Eventually, you emerge into a vast underground cavern. It must be miles long. And you stand at its far end. A faint golden glow fills the space, emanating from a grand stone facade on its far side. The cavern evokes a palace carved into the side of a mountain. The same palace carved into the stone door. So many flights of stairs above you.
Tell me, is it beautiful? My citadel, that is. You are the first living beings to set eyes on it in such a long time.
A lot of work's been put into this. Yeah, we appreciate the generosity. I give him like a nod.
Do you have any last squeaking words, my little mice?
I don't really like kissing anyone's ass. Thank you.
Well, I suppose we have nothing more to say to each other than farewell.
I'll grab onto my staff as I'm sensing what is going to be like a failure of a battle.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, same with my spirit shield.
You kind of brace ready for combat. He just lifts
Yes.
his arms high up in the air.
I contemplate
Globe,
not touching it.
a globe of energy gathering between his hands, and he slams it down into the ground in front of him. Blinding
gonna-
light envelops you, searing your skin. You feel your body unraveling at the seams as your flesh burns and bubbles and peels away in ragged strips. The pain is beyond words. The heat so immense it boils your insides. The light grows hotter and brighter still until suddenly, just as the agony is about to reach its apex, darkness. Nothing remains but darkness. There is no heat. There is no cold. Just this gentle sensation of nothingness. Time passes. You cannot fathom how long, whether seconds, centuries. There's a vague notion of falling. You drift in blackness, painlessness, and silence for time without measure. Then there's a glimmer. Something pierces the darkness, emerges your chest, or what would be your chest if but you had physical form. A tiny mote of light, no larger than a marble. It is warm, comfortingly so. Where before there was a sensation of total numbness, the light has awakened a tingling in your fingertips, then your hands, then your arms, through your chest and down your legs. You exist. You plummet through darkness, and you exist. You hear the wind rushing past, and you exist. And the tiny golden mote slowly drifts back into your chest. Then just before you strike the invisible ground beneath you, feel hands cradling your fall. And a gentle, sacred voice whispers in your ear, "Death is not the end." Your eyes flutter open.
You're covered in mud, lying on your back in a dirty cavern. You ache, your head spins and swims, but you're alive. And your fellow adventurers all scattered about the muck around you. And that is where we're going to end for the night.
Mm-mm.
I hope you enjoyed the game.
Nobody died.
Buddy died.
But most people passed out.